Hi, this is Adrian from No Mercy Elite Paintball team, and today we will be doing the maintenance on the Spyder MR100 Pro. Okay, today we will be covering most of it, but we are not disassembling. We are just doing the main maintenance. That means if you have a barrel, if you have a chop in your gun, this is what you actually need to do. Okay, we will be putting the MR100 Pro review here. And also we will be putting the balanced full maintenance video over here. Okay, first thing you need is the gun itself, the manual, your Allen key set that comes with, and also some oil and even a screwdriver. Okay, first step you need to do. If you have any barrel breaks in here, barrel break is when the ball breaks inside the barrel, not inside here. First thing you do, you get a squeegee and you run it through. So you just put this through, just put it in the top, and you just pull it through, and it should be nice and clean. And also, if you notice there's some streaks inside, just run a barrel swab right through it, just like that, and it should be perfectly clean. And then once you get home, you can run it down with warm water. It should get rid of all the paint. Remember to dry it off after you rinse it with warm water, because you do not want this to rust, even though it does have a rust-proof coating on it. Okay, we're going to put the barrel aside. Now we're going to move on to the main body compartment. First, we will be doing the daring bolt. This is the main bolt where your ball goes in and this thing shoots forward with the air inside. First thing you do, pull up on this latch and slide it out. You will have, if you notice that your hand turns black because of it, it's probably because of the oil built up while it keeps sliding back and forth. So you may take a cloth or a tissue and wipe that clean. Okay? After that, you want to put some oil back on it, lube the O-rings. That's about it. Now you can set that aside. Next thing we'll be doing is the striker bolt. Right here. This part where you chrono the thing, you'll notice this is the part where you chrono the gun, so then you can set it to higher FPS or lower FPS. First thing you do, you have to hold down this thing, this chronographing part. It's because when there's so much spring tension that you literally have to hold this down. Next thing you know, there will be a quick release pin. So you just pull that out, or you push it from this side and pull it out. It should come right out. So you have this pin, put it aside for now. You notice that I'm using some force to keep it in. If you didn't, it will just pop out and fly away. You'll have this piece right here. This is where you chrono it. Next, you pull out the spring. That's not all. If you notice, there is a striker plug in there, and the bolt, and the striker plug, and the striker bolt itself. You won't be able to take it out that much, so you will really want to hold your gun like this, like a hammer, kind of shaped like a hammer. You want to slam it on your hand until the striker bolt itself and the striker plug comes out. Okay, first you will need to take off all the old oil that you put on here. Okay, you want to wipe that all off so it's nice and clean. You will need to lube this O-ring. So after you get everything clean, so you have to wipe down the striker plug itself, even the spring, because the spring will build up some oil, so you do need to wipe that down. And this also here, just in case. After you wipe that all down, it's time to put it back together. First thing you do, you'll want to lube you will lube this oil O-ring. First thing you do, you locate, there will be this hole. This hole lines up with this bolt in the beginning, this latch. It will go in, so it will fire at the same time. This is what propels it, but this is hooked on, so this pushes your paintball. But you want this located so you can see it, so it's facing up toward it. So you will go like this. You notice, if you come to and pushing, it won't go in. You have to pull the trigger. Just keep pulling the trigger until it goes all the way in. You notice that is right there. If you can see it, it will be right there. Next thing you do, you take your striker plug and you put it in the back so it lines up properly. If you notice that it lines up, try to make it straight. You don't need to lube this, you only need to lube the O-ring in the striker plug. Next thing you do, you can put an Allen key here just to make sure it doesn't fall away. Just so then you know it's lined up properly. Take this spring and just put it in there. Put it all the way as long as in as possible. Okay, you'll notice that once it's all the way in it just hits the bolt, the striker bolt itself, and then you can't put this in because there's springs. Next thing you do is take this part. You push it up. Before you do that, get your pin ready. This quick release pin, because you will need it. First thing you do, you line up. You will notice there's an indent here. It lines up with the side here. So first thing you do, push it in. Yes. Push it in, and you may need someone's help. Go up, and you have to push it all the way in. So just push it in. Just push it in. Yeah, sometimes you will have some trouble, but it should click in, and you'll notice there's a ball here. If you notice a small ball that keeps it in place so it doesn't fling back out on you, I will recommend to take your medium size Allen key. You'll come with 3. There's a small, large, and a medium. Take your medium, turn it down a little, just to make sure it doesn't like have such a high FPS and ball breaking, and then you take this out right before you even chrono it. Turn it down a little bit just to make sure. Next thing you do, you take your derrick bolt. This is the main bolt where it hits your paintball. You'll take some oil. In this case, I'll be using some Eclipse ones. And you'll be lubing each O-ring. You'll take around a 1 drop or 2 drops each on each O-ring. Next thing you do, you notice there's the hole here. It's not all the way forward. So you slide this in. Try to locate this notch. So you probably push it all the way down. Oh, see, I just got it right inside the hole. But if you may have to put it down, you might have to go like push it down. If it's not exact, just keep sliding it until it cocks back. Then you can make sure that your gun is working. Pull it back a little. And also, since I turned on the chrono, I know it's not gonna hurt any internal parts. And you can just drop it out once or twice just to make sure that the gun is working properly. If you need any more help on how to take out the eco valve, you can click here for the balance one, where it teaches you how to change the cup seal on the eco valve, and that's about it. Your MR100 Pro should be good to go and on the field right again. Okay, comment, like, subscribe, and see you in the next video.